Let us name this compound. Now, when you are naming when you want to name organic compound, firstly, you have to consider the functional group. As you can see here, the only chain that is here, the only thing that is here, you see that it is single bond. So since it is single bond all, there is no OH attached to it, O is not attached to it, or any other thing attached to it. It means that it's coming from alkane. This chain is coming from one, from alkane. Secondly, you have to look at the longest continuous carbon chain. The longest continuous carbon chain. You start and count. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Look at this, is not the end. This is not the end of this carbon chain. Look at the end is what? It's here. So 6 is what? Hexane. Hexane is what? Carbon number 6. You are not ending here. This is not a methyl group. If this methyl group is here in the middle of this one, I will now have another continuous chain. Would have said it's a methyl group, but here this is not the end of the chain. This is what? This one continue to this side. So that is why it is what? Hexane 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do you understand? Secondly, identify the substance. What is attached to the chain? We have one here. We have chlorine attached here. We have chlorine attached. We have chlorine here. Bromine here. Are you following? So now, if you start here and count, now go into your counting system. If you start this carbon atom and count 1, 2, 3, you get to where the substance is attached to 3. Now, if you now start here and count, if you start here 1, 2, 3, you can see that at carbon number 3 at both sides, if you start here and count, the substance is attached to this local carbon number 3. And if you start here and count, the substance is also attached to this local carbon number 3. Now, what do you do? A lot of people confuse themselves by saying you are going to consider the alphabetical order. No, at this stage, you don't consider alphabetical order because of what? 2 of the substances are attached to what? Carbon number 3. Now, you can only consider alphabetical order if there was no chlorine here. For instance, now put H here. Our counting would have been what? From bromine, because bromine is B come before what? C. But since we have 2 Cl here, you cannot start by considering alphabetical numbering. So what do you do next? What you are going to do is that you have to check the lowest chain, the lowest carbon chain. Now, how do you identify that? If you start and count 1, 2, 3, at carbon number 3, you have what? Chlorine attached to carbon number 3 and another chlorine attached to carbon number 3. So you say what? 3, 3. Are you following? If you continue to go, you now have bromine attached to carbon number 4. Remember, we are starting here. Bromine attached to carbon number what? 4. Do you get that? We have 3, 3, 4. Now, if you now start here and count, we have 1, 2, 3. Bromine is attached to carbon number what? 3. You understand? Here now, we now become what? 4, because 4, this 3, 4, 4. Chlorine is now what? 4, 4. So we have what? 4, 4. Now, which of this one is what? Is the lowest? Is the lowest. If you look at here, here will cancel, here will cancel. So the lowest will be what? 3. Because here we have one. Or the simplest way, if you get confused with this one, you add this one. 3 plus 3 will give us what? Give us 6 plus will give us what? Give us 10. And here 3 plus 4 will give us what? 7 plus 1. And here will give us what? 11. Which one is the lowest? You discover that 10 is what? The lowest. So we are going to start our counting from this side. The essence is that both chlorine and bromine, they attach themselves to what? The same carbon atom if you start their counting from both sides. Is that understood? So when you are given this kind of situation, that is what you are going to do. Is that understood? Don't consider alphabetical order. Is a wrong rule. Now, the next thing we are going to do, since it is attached, we now go into our naming now. You know, bromine and chlorine, which one comes first? Alphabetical order. It's a bromine. And bromine here, remember, we are now taking our numbering to be what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, bromine come before what? Come before chlorine. So you now say what? 4 bromo. At every numbers Hyphen, you use hyphen to separate a number from what? From letters. You understand? 4 bromo. The next thing you have what? You have chlorine. Chlorine is attached to carbon number 3, and there are 2 chlorine there. So you say what? You say 3 dichloro, because of what? Chlorine is what? Is 2. That's why I say dichloro. If chlorine is 3, you say what? Trichloro. If chlorine is 4, is what? Tetrachloro. Now, do we have any other substance? No. The chain is what? The chain is what? Hexane. So 4 bromo 3 dichlorohexane. That's the name of the chain. For more of this video, do what to like, share, and follow for more.